Hey, it's Shakira here, aka AstroKir, to talk about Mercury Retrograde. Mercury Retrograde starts August 30th, 2016 at 9:08 a.m. So let's talk about what this means. Everyone's always talking about it, Mercury Retrograde. Everyone at work's like, I'm gonna die. Mercury's in retrograde. How do I cope? So one thing you should know is that Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year, so like every 100 days or so, and it lasts for 3 weeks. This year we get 4 Mercury retrogrades, all in the Earth signs. So we can talk about that a little more. But first, let's talk about what it means for a planet to go retrograde. All the planets go retrograde at one point in time. The outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter, all go retrograde once a year. So we experience that energy once a year, pretty normal. The inner planets, starting with Mars, Venus, and Mercury, the ones closest to us here on Earth, they have different orbital periods. So Mercury goes retrograde, like I said, every 3 months. Venus is every 18 months, every year and a half. And Mars goes retrograde every 2 years as a 2-year orbit. So basically, we've been dealing with this forever. We'll continue to deal with it. It's fine. It's not going to ruin your life. I mean, maybe, but not likely. When a planet goes retrograde, what is actually happening? All the planets have different orbital speeds. And since astrology is about our perspective of the planets from here on Earth, the planets appear to speed up and slow down at certain points in their orbit around the sun. When this happens, it's kind of, imagine you're driving in a car and you look over to your left and there's someone else driving in a car and you guys are going the same speed. Now, if that person starts to slow down, we continue going the same speed, they're going to appear to go backwards from your perspective in your car. Similar thing happens with planets go retrograde. It appears that, the planet is moving at its regular speed, then all of a sudden it slows down and comes to a complete stop at a certain point, then appears to go retrograde, backwards motion, stops again, and then goes forward again, clearing its path. So every retrograde is about this planet, this body in the sky, covering a certain part of the zodiac, stopping, backtracking over that same part of the zodiac, stopping again, and then going forward again. So it's a three pass type of event. If you happen to have planets or any important points within that period, within that section of the sky that planet is going over multiple times, you will likely feel its effects pretty prominently. What are retrogrades symbolically asking of us? They're asking us to, like the planet involved, slow down, stop, review, redo, recalculate, reorganize, re-emphasize, remember, revise. They're asking us to slow down, stop, and take a look at things again, which is important. We can't always be full steam ahead all the time. There's mistakes that are made, and there's things to learn from those mistakes. So yeah, retrograde planets are meant for us to slow down, take a deep breath, redo things, reconsider things, and then at the time the planet's ready to move forward again, we can start to implement those things. So let's talk about Mercury retrograde. What does Mercury symbolize? Mercury is the planet of communication. It's the planet closest to the sun, and it zips around the sun really fast, has like an 88-day orbital period, So for our 365 days to get around the sun, Mercury takes like less than 3 months. He's really fast. Him and the sun are buddies. And Mercury represents the mind function. It represents how we think and how we communicate, and also represents travel and short distance travel. Represents messages, any types of communication. So to quickly go through some Mercury significations, starting with communication as the basis of it, that includes all thought, all spoken communication, speech, all thought, all speech, all written communications, including letters, email, IM, messengers, any type of communication from A to B that's ruled by Mercury. Thinking, speaking, writing, email, as well as short distance travel. We're talking cars, planes, trains, buses, bicycles. My roommate Jeremy, Mercury ruled guy, 4 flat tires in a row during last Mercury retrograde, and a missed flight right after that. So also rules paperwork and documents, including contracts. So it's best not to sign any contracts during Mercury retrograde. There might be something you missed. So we can expect a lot of miscommunication straight up. You might have thought you sent that email and never sent. You might have thought you attached that attachment, but you attached some other attachment that was for a completely different project, and now you're having to redo that again. You thought your meeting was at 6:45 p.m. and you were wrong. It was at 3:45 p.m. You totally missed it. Sucks. You could have sworn you added that important person to that invite, and it just never went through. Miscommunications, mishaps, timing gets messed up. Mercury is the trickster of the zodiac, so he really likes messing with us. He makes us do things over and over and over and over. So I said that 4 times. It's either twice, 3 times, 4 times, sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Mercury will make you redo things. That's just the nature of the energy. Let's talk about this current Mercury retrograde in Virgo and what that means. So Mercury is retrograding in Virgo. It's going to stop in the sky at the very last degree of Virgo, at 29 degrees of Virgo. Remember, each sign has 30 degrees, takes up a 30-degree chunk of the sky. Mercury retrograde in Virgo begins at the very end of Virgo, so it'll stop there. It'll retrograde back to 14 degrees. It'll stop again, and then it'll go forward again. This Mercury retrograde lasts from August 30th until September 22nd. We've been feeling the effects of this for the last 2 weeks, and so I'm sure many of you already have some Mercury retrograde stories. I sure do. Mercury retrograde always affects the Virgos and the Geminis more than other signs in my experience. Something always happens, Some people, like there was a Gemini friend last Mercury retrograde who lost her wallet the day it happened. My roommate, like I said, got 4 flat tires in a row one week when Mercury turned retrograde. I did warn him after the second flat tire, stop trying to get it fixed, stop going to get it fixed. It's going to keep happening, and it did. So. But the Geminis and the Virgos definitely, because they're Mercury-ruled signs, those signs are ruled by Mercury, and they tend to have multiple planets in, either Gemini or Virgo, and Mercurial people, they get it the worst. Virgos especially, you may be miscommunicating a lot of things during the next couple weeks. and not to your own fault, but people will probably, you'll say something and they'll hear something different. It's going to be much more difficult for you to communicate your thoughts, ideas, wishes, needs, whatever, effectively during this time. And, you know, it's a Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo. It's ruling all of your Virgo planets and any planets currently in Virgo, which right now it's just Jupiter and Mercury. So Venus just entered Libra today, so she got out of it. But anyway, Virgos expect some miscommunications. Gemini expect some miscommunications as well. Everyone else expects some miscommunications. Hug your Virgo friends. If they're getting frustrated, just let them know it's only a couple weeks and we're all going to be out of it sooner than you think. Same with your Gemini friends. Just give them a hug. Tell them you're not making any sense, but that's okay. I'm here for you. We're going to survive this. You and me, we're in this together. So if you have any questions, if you want to know where Virgo is in your chart, please don't hesitate to, send me an email, send me a Slack, whatever, Facebook, and I'll help you out. Take care. I don't like this. Mercury Retrograde, which starts tomorrow morning at 9:08 a.m.
Oh shit, that's a good time.
No, I'm trying to record a video.
Really? Oh, let me get in it. What's up, ladies and men? This is AstroKir's friend, Jeremy, and I just wanted to say have a great day. Virgos, on the way.
This is one that's going to be really affected by Mercury Retrograde.
Yeah.
He's such a Virgo. Remember 4 flat tires in a row?
Oh, yeah.
In a missed flight?
Yeah.
All in 1 week.
Yeah. But I also fell asleep on my bus yesterday.
Yep, here it's already starting.
Wait, so it's a bad month for me?
No, I was saying Mercury Retrograde always affects you.
Negatively or positively?
It just always affects you.
So just things will happen, whether bad or good.
Exactly.
I like that.